If life is a dream, Leela, then the Holocaust and all raping and killing also must be a dream, a movement of consciousness. Thank you. Thanks, Roman, for your question. So it appears to have happened, but yes, it's a dream in the ultimate sense. All you have is right now, and the Holocaust and raping and killing is appearing in imagination. But this is really deep realization again, and this is about an energetic shift. It's not intellectual. Like on the human level, like if you kill or you rape or you do mass murder, then the appropriate place is in prison. But what's trying to be pointed to here is that it all comes from the same source, and it's all love in the end. It's only humans which judge it. But that's really deep. Like most people can't understand that because they're so conditioned as to what's right and wrong and good and bad. And something like mass murder or genocide couldn't possibly be comprehended as love. So you have to have this big shift. Being an animal fan, I was walking around Bali, and I was walking along the road, and there was this starving dog that was obviously dying. And it was the first time I really realized that like the dog was being held in life. So normally when we see something like that, like we see death and destruction, we imagine unconsciously that we're being abandoned. Like, so we're being kicked out and left from life. Like we imagine losing all our family and everything we know. And we feel like we're going to this black hole and we're being kicked out, and everybody else is in life and we're being kicked out. But when this dog was dying, it was like God's hands or life's hands were all around the dog. It was like the pavement, it was the air, it was the sunlight, it was the insects. Like the dog wasn't dying alive, the dog was dying in itself and totally held by itself. And all other animals see life in that way. It's not an intellectual thing, it's the way it is. Whereas humans see themselves as something, an object which is separate and in relationship with people, and it has all these imagination of being alone, whereas a dog can't imagine that it's alone or abandoned or not loved. That's something that appears in a human world. So it just doesn't experience those types of things. It gets upset if its tribe abandons it, like a dog, like it's a pack animal, but it can't imagine its own suffering like the human can, and it's that creates suffering, this imagining of your own suffering. But it's such deep teachings, this, you know. In the beginning, when I first started teaching, I'd say it all the time, like blah blah blah, there is no good and bad, and raping is the same as this, and really that doesn't make sense to someone unless they're really beginning to touch into who they truly are and to see that everything is made from love. Otherwise it becomes an intellectual thing. It even can become a horrible thing, or even can for some become an excuse to be a real asshole. I know for me, I use that to be a bit of an asshole at points. But that was just what's happening. I know that sounds like an excuse, but it couldn't have been any other way. Thank you for your question, Roman.